Welcome to the Looney Bin. Love them knives. LTK here. We're going to talk about the CIVIVI Shard. All right, folks. Thanks for tuning in. CIVIVI makes a little Aquilla. What? They make a little Aquilla. You know, the Aquilla. CIVIVI Aquilla. What do you think? Yes, they do. Or is this a, I don't know. I mean, is this a rectifier? What is this? From Wee Knives, that kind of thing? I don't know. I think it's a small Aquilla myself. See how that is? It's like somebody rear-ended a truck and smooshed the nose in and it became a smaller knife. Although really it's somewhat proportional. This seems to be kind of a fatter, less elegant handle than the Aquilla in this way. Of course, I dyed this one. It was beige. Now it's a navy color. Okay. So, but this is the Aquilla. And this one is in VG10, although they don't say it. They don't say it. But let me turn around and kind of grab my box on the Aquilla. VG10. Japanese VG10. Interesting they say that, because on the Shard, it's Chinese D2. G10 handle, okay? And this is the 806C, the C806C. Now, they said Chinese D2 right there. So we're going to send this in and have it tested, find out if it's more like the 12 CR, whatever, that it was traditionally thought of as the Chinese D2 equivalent, which means it's got a lot more chromium in it than standard American D2 or that standard formula D2 does. So this would be much more corrosion resistant with the additional chromium in it. But not, I mean, if it's heat treated properly, it's fine. And backspacer, got the gold liners, nothing like gold liners, got to get them gold liners in there. Carbon fiber on the outside of the G10. Interesting, small. So it's a 3 and 4. 3-inch blade, 4-inch handle, 7 inches overall. Smaller than this. It's big brother here. And even more dramatic in this aspect ratio as you line them up. Okay, because, get it together, figure this out, LTK. Come on, buddy, get that. So you got 8 1/4 overall and 3 5/8 inch blade. Here, 3-inch blade at best, and like I said, 7 inches overall. So, big difference in the size. Big difference in the size. Very snappy. How's that detent? I can feel it. I can feel it, yeah. So it's not super strong, but it's appropriate. You know, I think they've been putting, well, you know what? What kind of bearings have they been putting in here? What I've seen on them is ceramic bearings. There's the Aquilla that of course, I had to tear it apart to dye the scales, but I took it apart, and those are ceramic bearings. So, and of course, titanium pocket clip. Getting the same thing here, titanium pocket clip. Probably, I'm going to guess ceramic bearings, same kind of thing. Skeletonized liners, that whole deal. So you're probably looking at the Shard basically only enlarged. But I just thought it'd be interesting to bring it to your attention. You know, CIVIVI versus Shard. They look the same. Actually, the Shard doesn't have bad ergos to it, even though it's a 4-inch handle. You know, you got to tuck in on that, but it's not bad. It's doable. It's just doable. If it had been in much shorter, it would have been a little too short for me. If you got really big hands, well, then you probably only get like 3 real fingers on there. But me, I can tuck this last one in there, and then I can still get some pressure on the pommel of this in reverse grip. And you've got a nice cutaway here for a choil, for sharpening, and for a go forward position. And feel a little bit of drag on this, so it's not the sharpest CIVIVI I've had on my desk. Let me try this Aquilla. Yeah, this one's a little bit sharper, I can tell, than the shard is, but I'm sure they vary from knife to knife. Now, we've got the measurement, obviously. Let's take a look at this. How about in the hand? How about width? 14.1 as opposed to 0.55. 0.52, actually a little bit more slender. So this one actually is a little bit more slender. Crazy, huh? And let's go blade stock. Should be about the same. 0.125, 3.14, and yeah, about, I mean, 3.1 to 3, right in there. So probably started out with the same kind of blade stock, about a 3mm blade stock. Looks a little bit thicker on the Aquilla, and it actually is, but it's very, very close to the same. Same kind of grind, good piercing, slicing capability, you would think. Both have this open front choil for going forward on. Now, the weigh off. Let's do the weigh off. That's the deal here, right? First of all, smaller knife. Actually a little fatter in the pocket, but definitely feels lighter. So let's try it. 3.17, 3.16. Don't think we're going to beat that. So, an ounce. 4.1, 3.1. We've shaved a whole ounce off. Well, of course. We've got over an inch difference in these two knives. Left hand, tip up carry. Right hand, tip up carry. Right and left hand, tip up carry on both of these knives. Lanyard hole on both of these knives. And if you wanted to see grams, 89, almost 90 grams on the shard, 116 grams on this. So this is, I mean, this is not ridiculous, okay? But this is really, really good. This is really light. So if you're looking for a lighter knife, and you don't need that kind of blade, you don't need like over a 3-inch, you like the little 3-inch blades, that kind of thing right in there, 3.1, 3.2, as opposed to almost 3 3/4, 3.6 something, then yeah, this is nice. Now, the other thought process is your flipper tab. Like I said, not a real strong detent, but I think it's appropriate. I'm going to give it a 4. A 4. Let me see if I can throw it out. Nah, the blade's too light. I can't throw it out, but I can feel that's light. Okay, that's pretty light. No real drop there. It's just the blade's really light, and I haven't done anything to take this apart or adjust the pivot or anything for a drop. But yeah, it's a very light blade. You know, it drops okay there, it gets over the detent ball, but you got to coax it in. Centered up, no blade play, no lock rock, no problem there, and there's your lockup at about 25%. And it's got a cutaway, so hey, can I open it that way? Yes, you can. So you can use your thumb or your forefinger to flick it open, which is great, because that's one of the things I liked about the Aquilla as well, is that it was flickable as well. Ooh, come on, there you go. Bigger blade, a little bit different technique, kind of get back behind this thing to flip it. Cutaway's a little different here, but pretty much the same technique. So they're both flickable knives. They're different sized. They're both blue. So they win. They win. Either one. That's fine. Now, I think, and I don't have the Aquila paperwork in front of me, but I think they're about the same price. The Shard and the Aquila. Both of them, of course, have titanium pocket clip, but this is the Chinese D2. This was the Japanese VG10. This is bigger. This is smaller. So that'll be interesting to see. I mean, the price is the same. And of course, White Mountain Knives, 10% off. So almost $7. You're right at about 61 bucks delivered because it's free shipping in the USA. Here's your information on this. Okay. 59 to 61. We are going to send this in and test it. So we'll find out what the HRC is, and we'll find out the composition of this D2. That should be fascinating, actually. And I'll get back to you with that when, you know, it comes back from testing and we do our test video on it. We're going to have a bunch of knives included with this that we're going to do. This should be fascinating as well. But you got the nice thumb ramp up here. You can go forward so you can really work with this blade in finer detail work because it's not such a long blade. Nice grind, piercing, slicing, should be good. Solid lockup. Well-made knife. Is it worth 62 bucks delivered to your house? Yeah, and it comes, all these CIVIVI knives, I mean, for no more than you pay for them, with, you know, the titanium pocket clip as well. Also, you know, you get a zipper pouch. Go figure with that. Paperwork and a microfiber cloth. Where do you get that for like 60 bucks? So it's just really strange how we've gotten so used to a cheapy little box and almost nothing with it except a little strip of paperwork on some of our American branded knives, and they were in the $50, $60 range, and all of a sudden here this comes with titanium D2 instead of 8CR, and beautiful workmanship, ceramic bearings. Just, you know, things have changed in the last couple of years, haven't they? And check it out. Yes, it is highly skeletonized in there. Save on weight, 3.1 ounces. Good little carry knife. I think they'll be really popular. I like it. I know that. They come in different colors, that kind of thing. So check them out online. The CIVIVI Shard. They just keep coming out with different stuff. I think it'll be an exciting line to track through 2019 and beyond. I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate you hanging out for a while. CIVIVI, it's a different kind of cat. But you know what? They're very competitive in this line. Not like the old Wii knives in D2 and G10 that were selling for 118 bucks. All of a sudden, here we are. 60 bucks. Even some of the earlier releases, Backlash and stuff, were in the $50 range or $40-something range. So they're in here. They're competing with anybody with a really premium materials. Really well accepted knives. People are loving them. I'm running. I'm going to leave you to it. Thank you so much for hanging around. You know what we do around here. We love them knives. So you guys stay sharp.